I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, aha. I bicchieri lumati vagasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, I bicchieri lumati vagasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, aha. I bicchieri lumati vagasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, I bicchieri lumati vagasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, aha. I bicchieri lumati vagasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, I bicchieri lumati vagasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, aha. I bicchieri lumati vagasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, I bicchieri lumati vagasnati. Bicchieri lumati vagasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. I paghetta partita da gasnati. I bicchieri solo for every money. Ahari, ahari, aha.
Hello everyone, welcome to an earlier sporty show and on a Friday. How lucky are you and how lucky are we? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a week of European football and it continues today with a live watch along for the Champions League draw. We will find out who will be facing one another in the knockout phase in order to get to the round of 16. I'm your host Sarah Pereira and I'm joined with a lot of people here today. We have almost a full house. The lovely, in red, of course, Miss Mukami Wambora.
Hey.
Hey.
Top of the table, baby. I miss saying that. And yeah, Champions League befitting 8 wins in a row. It looks like there's a good path for Arsenal.
Yes, but are you excited to see who gets who in the knockout phase? We'll see some big teams probably head out.
Yeah, I'm looking especially PSG, Newcastle. Juve, the Italian teams, the way they've been playing, they could end up facing Tottenham or Liverpool if they get through, yeah, some big ones.
Some big ones. Well, Miss Nuachani, I know you're excited and maybe nervous for today. Well, I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, obviously, I would have expected more from PSG and Real Madrid, but here we are. Really excited to see who both are be facing. I'm guessing, well, I know that PSG will have a much softer time than Real Madrid in this draw because we'll either be facing AS Monaco or Karabakh.
Yeah.
While Real Madrid will be either facing Benfica again or I think
Bodo Glimt.
Bodo Glimt, which is a much harder time. So I don't know. I'm really excited, but I'm really nervous this one.
Yeah. Lucrezia Galli, the mention of the Italian teams, and I saw you wins.
Don't even. Yeah, they were very poor this season. They've been a bit disappointing besides Inter. I mean, they've been the best side, but Napoli being out is just very disappointing. At least I was telling her yesterday on the news, maybe they can just focus on the league, focus on the rest they have going on. But I'm loving this format. So I'm very excited to see whatever happens now. It's exciting to see everything changing in the league phase the other day. So we'll see.
We'll see. I will ask you guys about the format later on into this watch along. Kamo, hello Motatswani, how we feeling?
I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling lucky.
Yeah, it's exciting. Second season of this new format, and if last season was anything to go by, then yeah, we're in for a fantastic knockout phase and rest of the tournament. So yeah, excited to see who gets drawn with who, and then yeah, who Arsenal get should be easy. Hyped regardless.
Hyped regardless. Fit is fresh today, Camo. Fit is fresh.
Thank you, as always.
Chantal Brown, we're chilling.
Yeah.
We can breathe today.
Literally. I really hope Liverpool gets Atleti. That's all I'm banking on, hoping for. But I'm excited to see who everybody gets, of course.
Of course. Mr. Ashmore. It's been we've had a long week of European football, my friend.
We have. And no, I always love a Champions League draw. And I think there are going to be some tasty ties
Tasty ties.
going up for us today.
Brilliant. All right, guys. A friendly reminder to check out the Sporty and Burna Boy music video on our YouTube channel. We are just about 3 million views, so help push us over. Today, we want to reach that. Also, subscribe to the channel. Check out the one-up feature on Sporty Bet. Download the Sporty TV app, which is the only place where you can get La Liga and the Premier League on the go. And if you're keen and you're following, send us your WhatsApp messages so we can check what you guys think of the live Champions League draw. This is what's coming up, though, later on today on Sporty TV. We head to Saudi for the Al Khaloud and Al Nasser match. And then later today in the Serie B, it is Bari versus Palermo. Saturday sees EFL Championship with Stoke City taking on Southampton, and the big Premier League match of the weekend, Leeds United versus Arsenal. Portsmouth will face West Brom. Over to the Bundesliga, we have Hamburger versus Bayern Munich, and La Liga High Promotion sees Cultura Leonesa versus Deportivo A Coruña. The La Liga match of the weekend on Sunday is Getafe versus Celta de Vigo. Serie A has Parma versus Juve, and we wrap it all up in Argentina with Boca Juniors taking on Newell's Boys. All the football, as always, right here on Sporty TV. But guys, let's get into this Champions League draw. So this is how it's going to work. We have 8 teams that are seeded and 8 teams that are unseeded. They will be facing one another. The 8 seeded teams are Real Madrid, Inter, PSG, Newcastle, Juve, Atleti, Atalanta, and Leverkusen. The unseeded teams, Borussia Dortmund, Olympiacos, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Monaco, Karabag, Bodo Glimt, and Benfica. And this is going to be the possible scenarios of who will face who. So, Nua already mentioned PSG, of course, could be facing Monaco or Karabag, and then Newcastle will face the opposite. For Juve, it's going to be Club Brugge or Galatasaray, as well as for Atletico Madrid. Real and Inter will either see Bodo Glimt or Benfica. And Atalanta and Leverkusen will see Borussia Dortmund or Olympiacos. So we do have the watch-along up here on the screen. We're just preparing for it. Camujelo, out of those that I've just mentioned, is there one that stands out? Is there one that you want to see in these clashes?
You said Inter and?
Inter could face either Bodo Glimt or Benfica, the same as Real Madrid.
And Gala?
Gala could face Juve or Atleti.
Yeah, that's the one. Galatasaray, in the last game against City, they were quite disappointing. But, you know, with the players that they have, they should be performing better. And hopefully with the stakes much higher in the knockout round, then you'd expect them to perform at a level that is competitive enough to, you know, possibly beat an Atleti or Inter, you said, right?
Yes. No, Real or Inter, Atleti or Juve.
Okay, yes.
We're all getting confused here.
Any of those teams that I'm looking forward to whoever Gala get. Obviously, if Benfica could get Real Madrid again, I think that...
Can we have a raise of hands who wants to see Benfica and Real Madrid again?
Ooh. Yeah, I think so.
Put your hand up, Alex Ashford. This is football heritage. Jose Mourinho.
No, but against Inter as well for him.
Right?
Yeah, but I'd rather see him knock out Real Madrid.
Talking about
Yeah, but I don't think he would.
You never know.
That's the thing.
I think
But
Bodo
he played
Glimt?
so much better.
I think he's got more chance of beating Inter, and I want to see.
For sure.
I want to see Jose Mourinho staying in the Champions League.
Inter are good, though.
Me too, me too.
I just think over 2 legs, I don't know.
So that was what I was about to mention. But all of these knockout matches, well, going forward now, except for the final, we will be seeing 2 legs. So it's not just a one-off here. And I think that gives a lot of these bigger sides like Real Madrid a lot more of a benefit here. I don't think Real Madrid in 2 matches would lose to Benfica.
I don't think so too. Stranger things have happened, though.
Arsenal beat Real Madrid last year.
Yeah. And, you know, we've seen some shocks over the years. Teams that have gone far when they probably shouldn't have because of the bigger teams. But this is why we love Champions League football. Anyone can beat anyone on their day. And, of course, the higher-ranked teams will be at home in the second leg. But if you get a good result at home in the first leg, it makes it all the more difficult when you come back to play in the other team's stadium. So why not?
Why not? So these matches will be happening, the first of the knockout stage matches, February 17th and 18th, and then February 24th and 25th. And then we will head to March, where we will see the round of 16 and who goes through, and that kicks off March 10th and 11th. So we do have a bit of time until we do get to the round of 16, but we do have some very interesting football until then. Mukami, out of the seeded teams, let's say, obviously, as Alex mentioned, they're going to be at home for the second leg. That's advantageous. And also, some of them are the bigger names, let's say, in quotations. Do you see a team, though, maybe getting an early exit in the knockout phase?
Of the bigger teams?
Yes. Yeah.
Honestly, the Juve and Atleti, I'm not fully convinced.
Fair.
I know... Yeah, because Club Brugge has been really good against the big clubs as well, managing to score some goals. So that would be one of the quote-unquote surprises. And yeah, also Borussia Dortmund this season, they've looked poor. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Atlanta or Leverkusen dumping them out.
Sorry, just on Atleti, Alex, that just reminded me, after the match against Bodo Glimt, for the first time we were seeing people actually talk about maybe Diego Simeone being on his way out. If they were to get knocked out in the round of 16, do you think?
I hope so, for their sake.
You've been hoping so.
I just, it's baffling to me how deluded Atletico Madrid fans are when it comes to their support of Diego Simeone, because the last trophy he won was 2021. The football that they play is mind-numbingly boring. It's the stuff you'd rather watch paint dry than watch Atletico Madrid play. And against Bodo Glimt on Wednesday, we actually saw them playing entertaining football because they had to score goals. They didn't play well. They got beaten. I think Bodo Glimt deserved the win, but we actually saw an entertaining style of football. But you have 5 changes in football. You're losing 2-1. Do you, A, bring on 4 defenders, B, bring on a couple of midfielders and a couple of attackers, or C, do you go out all attack and bring on all of your attacking players? Well, Cholo chose A, and he brought on 4 defenders. Now, Molina, Lenormand, Ruggeri, and I forget the last one. 4 defenders, anyway. You're losing 2-1. Who in their right mind brings on 4 defenders? I'm sorry, it's just balmy. And as I said, the football is atrocious. They don't play attractive football. They're not a nice team to watch. They don't do that well. You could excuse it if they did well, but they don't do well. They don't win anything. They're boring. I think his time's up.
Mukami, any words on that? I know there's been a bit of a clash between you two regarding Simeone.
No, I think... I don't know, like for them, they decide what happens next. As I said, if he leaves, I do feel like it would be on him also saying like, okay, maybe it's time for me to take on a new challenge. I don't see a situation where we're seeing with Madrid where they're like forcing him out. And, you know, you have to start looking at who the potential replacements could be if he was to go out. Like, who do you see coming in and, you know, providing that?
You've been calling on Iraola, no?
No, Unai Emery, I think.
Unai Emery,
perfect
sorry.
Replacement for him.
No.
Ideal situation, someone like Jurgen Klopp.
Oh, Jesus. So you guys think Klopp is the solution for every club or what?
I said ideal situation, Jurgen Klopp would be a perfect manager for Atletico Madrid. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think someone like Unai Emery would do a good job at Atletico Madrid.
Oh, you guys, Robert Pires is Part of the draw. I love him. So I just
Great player. Great player. We are slowly getting closer and closer to the draw. You know how these draws go, though. They do take a little bit more time than usual. Kamal, I wanted to speak about regarding the Champions League and Europa League and Norway. We obviously saw Norway with their World Cup qualifications. We saw what Holland has been doing and going to this World Cup. And then we saw Bodo Glimt beat Atleti. We saw, well, Sorloth also scored in that match. We saw Sheldrup for Benfica. It really feels like this is like a galvanizing moment for Norwegian football, and it's peaking. And it's really quite incredible, no?
Yeah. As you say, there are a lot of players that are emerging from Norway, establishing themselves.
Arsenis, he was the one who sent that free kick in to Trubin.
Yes.
Sheldrup. No. I was going to add something to it. I know you said he scored. He was part of Bodo Glimt's academy in the early stages of his career.
I wasn't ready for that, Alex. Too much happened at that last night. Okay,
yeah, top players. Antonio Nusa, Martin Odegaard, like just a lot of elite players emerging from Norway. And I think, yeah, like you say, they are there's like a renaissance in their football. Bodo Glimt is an encapsulation of that. They did phenomenally in the Europa League semi-final and were quite unfortunate to not make it to the final. Narrowly losing out to Spurs, and yeah, you could say they deserve to, like Alex said, beat Atleti the other day. So yeah, fair play to them. Hopefully it continues, and yeah, maybe they can do even well at the World Cup. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. They have a lot of good players. So
according to some Norwegian journalists, they are already talking about the World Cup final.
Oh, wow.
I think they're my dark horse.
Yeah,
this World Cup.
Great job, 100%. Absolutely.
I mean, they've got a tough group, but
who's their group?
Don't see why they
France.
can't finish second.
In Senegal?
France,
Senegal.
and then
one of the group of deaths. Oh, we don't know.
But I don't see why they can't finish second. Why not even first, given how France are playing at the moment?
Fair. Holland is such a force, I feel. Regardless if it's France or it's Senegal. I mean, we know they're an incredible side, but when you have somebody who's such a clinical goal scorer, that's obviously going to be concerning. But a really good time for Norwegian football, nonetheless. We do have some comments here from you guys watching along. Galatasaray. So we asked, what matchups do you guys want to see in the playoffs? And similarly, Kamahalo, Rest Erispo said Gala versus Juve. Jim Kale says Real versus Benfica, and someone else backed them up there. And then Gideon said Madrid versus PSG. Well, we aren't there yet. But we will find out the bracket. We're actually just seeing it now. And who's going to be on what side, meaning what the round of 16 could look like if we decide to pick what team goes through. I believe it is Chelsea and Barcelona, Juve and Atleti. Are they going to fill it in for me? Real Madrid and Inter. And then the bottom... and I've forgotten. Who else is there? Where's Bayern Munich? Has to be there, right?
Yeah,
that's the last one. Bayern and Arsenal. Where are my Arsenal people? Come on, guys. So, yeah, we will find out how it looks a little bit more. And, Alex, I mean, we could be seeing in a round of 16, if, let's say, the seeded teams go through, could be seeing Barca and PSG. We could be seeing Liverpool and, like Chantal said, Atleti, Real and City, Arsenal and, well, it's not as exciting. Sorry.
Exactly. Such a good route to the final.
Got to play the best to be the best.
We did that already.
Chelsea.
Who did you win?
Bayern Munich.
But you haven't won anything.
No, we beat Bayern Munich, so
That's
we beat
their
the
trophy.
best.
That's their trophy.
We beat the best to be the best.
Guys,
We're
am I?
the best.
Chantal.
Top of the table.
Me too. Same with Barcelona, and I'm not here every week doing this.
No, Chelsea beat Barcelona.
You're not top of the
And we finished, but we finished above Chelsea in the Champions League, and we lost to you and you.
And PSG, actually, yeah.
Literally, what did I just say? Oh,
No,
my
but
goodness.
because of that, you'll be facing either PSG. You're facing a higher seeded team because
Chelsea
of
potentially
losing.
playing?
The same as Barca. PSG or let's say PSG and Newcastle are the teams that beat Karabag and Monaco.
Barca can face Chelsea or PSG.
No. Barca and Chelsea are on the opposite side. We're at the top. We are going to play what would be likely to be PSG or Newcastle, but we don't know what side yet.
Right.
So it could be. Chantal, level with me here. Arsenal beat Bayern, but they still have to go and win the whole thing. Am I crazy for saying this?
No, I do understand where Mukami is coming from, because at some point we were saying that Bayern was the best at some point.
I think they still are the two best teams in Europe.
Yeah, and Arsenal did get that win over them, even though I didn't have Arsenal winning. So I get that, I guess, Arsenal beat Bayern.
Why
in that
didn't you
sense.
have Arsenal winning, just out of pure curiosity?
Because I thought Bayern was much stronger
Hate
than them.
watching.
Yeah, and that too. But I genuinely thought that Bayern was stronger than them. But it would be so annoying, though, because not being a person, last season we were top of the table, arguably so good, and we got...
Yeah, you have resentment here with this, I feel.
Yeah. It is an
it
easier
means
route.
nothing.
And it's the rule change. Because of what happened to Liverpool, I feel like they adjusted a few things and making it that the top teams have a significant advantage, which is playing at home. So I think that came from what happened.
In the second leg, yeah. I do want to ask you guys about the format now, because we're obviously into our second season of this new Champions League format. And Nua, let's start with you. What do you think of it? What do you make of it compared to the old school group stage?
I honestly like it. I feel like it gives some of the teams more time to prepare for what's coming next, especially with the knockout. Yeah. I've been using the same excuse as Luis Enrique, but I think he is right. I mean, some of our players have just came back from injury. I think they do need playing time. They do need some chemistry time between them, and they do need to play Benfica.
Sorry, we are getting into the draw, and it's going to be Benfica, the first team that is pulled out here. Ooh. And they are, as we said, playing Inter or Real Madrid. Sorry, Nua. Let's see who they get. Robert Perez.
Not Real Madrid.
Whoever this
Not
is.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
No.
There's a storyline for both.
Real Madrid.
Oh, they're doing it backwards. They've absolutely, they've sent us all. So obviously the other side of this bracket is Bodo Glimt. So now Bodo Glimt has been picked, and now we will find who Benfica faces and who Bodo Glimt face out of Inter or Real Madrid. But they could have done that a bit better.
They're doing all the unseeded first.
Right, all right, let's get into it. Nua, continue.
I think for teams such as PSG, who has had such a difficult season last year and have gone through so much, and that had needed this first half of the season to be a relaxing one, I would say. And now they need to get into it. They need to get into the rhythm. So I'm really happy they get to pass through the knockout phase. I'm sure other teams are also happy with that. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. But I quite like it. I feel like even for us, the fans, it's quite entertaining to see so many games being played. So love it.
Where does everyone else sit with this new format?
I think it's great. Well, yeah, like Nua said.
Does anybody hate it?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I miss the old one.
I have never said I hated it, though.
The only thing I don't like about it is the players get to stat pad now. Like Mbappe is gonna beat Ronaldo's Champions League goal record now in a season, probably.
But there'll always be that asterisk next to it.
Yeah.
That it's not in the same amount of games.
But people don't really care about that.
Because he scored what?
Well, they should if they care about football.
It's gonna be like, yeah, he scored more.
I prefer the old one, if I'm honest. Not that I don't hate this one, but I prefer the old one.
I think it's because the big teams, we see them meeting at a point where
It's all the big teams that go through. It's still all the big teams. So let's not say that this is where, well, it gives the little teams a chance. We didn't see that last season. We're adding way more football, 2 extra league phase matches. Now these guys have to play another 2 matches. We already know how much football there is. For me, I'm considering the players' health and wellness. I don't need players to play 4 more games. I don't. I really don't. And sorry, also, I'll come to you in a moment, Alex, but I also just feel like because match day 8 is so exciting, and it was great, but the rest of the match days aren't necessarily always as exciting. And I know that was a complaint with the group stage because by the time they got to match day 6, some of the teams were already qualified. They didn't need to play. So match day 8 gives us that. But the build up to it, it's not as exciting as match day 8. I think match day 8 is just the recency bias because we just came off what a crazy, but like go back to match day 4. I don't think it was anything that we didn't necessarily see in the group stage.
I think the competition would be perfect if there were
less football,
fewer teams.
Oh, okay. Who are you kicking out? Say their name.
I mean, I'm not necessarily picking out teams in particular, but not 35 teams.
Yeah,
because you're saying we don't get the story of Bodo Glimt this season.
Yeah.
If the Champions League was the old format where we're seeing them beat.
No, as I say, I like this new format, but I think there are too many games of football. If you reduced it to 6 games in the league phase, maybe reduce the amount of teams.
Guys, Dortmund will be playing Atalanta in the knockout phase. There we go. That is the first one. And Bayer Leverkusen will be facing... Wait, hold on. This is moving fast now. Did it... All right. Olympiacos will be taking on Bayer Leverkusen. So we have our first 2 draws in. I feel like that's actually quite even.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
I think that's a good game. Also, Atalanta Dortmund. Anyone favoring a side so far?
Atalanta.
should be Dortmund.
I think... Did you guys hear the news this morning about Atalanta
Yeah.
being linked with Fenerbahce?
Oh, my God.
But Atletico is also been big on him.
Juve
Saw
will
this
be
this morning.
taking on... How's
He
this?
could.
I don't think he will.
You never know.
Aw, Chiellini. Juve and Galatasaray. Kamahalo, you asked for it, you got it.
Yes.
Okay, Victor Osimhen. Okay, Kenan Yildiz. Sorry, Jonathan David.
Gala can win that.
For Osimhen.
Gala
What
can-
order are we going in
I
here?
don't know. It's so confusing.
Okay, Atletico.
Again,
Give us
Bruges, Club Bruges.
Club Bruges.
Oh, Jesus.
How?
Club Brugge.
Yep.
Can I say, I think Club Brugge is winning this one.
We'll go through it.
There's a possibility we could have gotten Atleti, so I was...
Yeah, but that's not till the next round. This is the playoff.
Inter.
No.
If they
Real
win-
Madrid.
Oh,
PSG.
damn.
What?
Who are we facing? Bodo
Monaco?
Glimt?
What's going on?
Wait. Sorry, this is...
Yeah.
we
Sure
could...
for Atleti.
Monaco.
Monaco and
Monaco.
Paris. Okay.
Go on, Monaco.
Is that better than
Easy
Carabao?
one. Yeah.
I kind of don't like that they're both playing in the same
look,
league.
funky
That's not
little-
as exciting.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like a league match.
it's a league match, so that might be the
They might.
least exciting so far. We're waiting for Benfica's rivals. Newcastle. I think that's Newcastle, Benfica.
Karabag.
So that means
Newcastle, Karabag.
No, Newcastle Karabag, yeah.
How do you know that?
Because of the draw.
Oh, you're watching it on your... I'm not getting that. So Karabag and Newcastle, which means...
that's the side of Chelsea and Barca.
Yeah.
So we still have...
Well, we knew that, though.
Yeah.
But I need to see the bracket on who's...
We still have Bodo Glimt and Benfica. It's the last one. So please,
How do we...
Bodo. This is for Bodo.
This is for
And it's Real Madrid.
Inter.
Yes! Yes!
Come on, man.
Oh my God, imagine Bodo Glimt take out Real Madrid.
What the hell?
Stop, we just talked about how good Norwegian football is. Very nice.
But-
Oh, what?
Jose Mourinho
Wait,
is
hey.
back.
Wow.
We do have it, ladies and gentlemen. We do have, I think, the most exciting match in the knockout phase. Benfica and Jose Mourinho run it back twice against Real Madrid, meaning that Bodo Glimt will be going up against Internazionale, which is a great matchup as well, to be fair. So let's go through it one more time. We officially have our knockout stage results. It will be Monaco and PSG, Galatasaray against Juventus, Benfica and Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund versus Atalanta, Karabag versus Newcastle, Club Brugge against Atleti, Bodo Glimt against Inter, and Olympiacos against Leverkusen. Brilliant. Alex, immediate reaction.
Exciting stuff. I mean, Benfica, Real Madrid will be brilliant. That means
We get to
that
do
we
it
could
again.
see Real Madrid versus Man City in the round of 16. Again.
Yeah, that's what I said. But I'm trying to figure out...
we
have
could.
the-
We will see.
Arsenal.
It looks like the winner of PSG versus Monaco will face Barcelona or Chelsea.
How do we know what side they're on?
Whoever we play.
Here,
There.
on the screen.
Yeah, no, but...
Oh, sorry, I'm looking. There's doubled. Sorry.
They're still gonna do
I
the
was
draw
looking at
again.
one. I thought it was different on the other.
Right. So is that today?
So
Yeah, they're gonna do that today.
this
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Well,
good.
no.
Okay. Grand. It's quite complicated.
My goodness.
Okay, so now we're gonna find out who's on what side of the table.
I have a feeling it'll be Liverpool Juve.
But that would be
I get a feeling.
traumatic.
If Juve wins.
Chantal, your face says it all.
You don't want Juve.
I don't really care at this point. But I would really love to get Ality.
She's stuck on
You know, Juve and Liverpool have such a shaky history because of the Helsi situation. 39 people died. And the last time they met was 2004, 2005. The fans clash. It's because Liverpool fans clashed with Juventus fans. A wall fell and 39 people died. And then the next time they tried to fight each other. So, you know, I hope they don't face each other.
Alex Ashmore, our teams could be going, we're looking at both Newcastle, Qarabag, Monaco, PSG. You favoring one of those? Give them Mel.
Don't really care. I think at some point, I've already at the point where I don't think Chelsea aren't going to win the Champions League. I think I've accepted that fate. So,
I know it's
Here for a good time, not a long time.
we get how far we get. If we get Qarabag, we lose, fine. If we get PSG, we win, fine. Yeah, I don't really care.
Wow. You're a
What-
Manchester United fan from...
What will happen, will happen.
Whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, I mean,
Case
obviously, in an
Arsenal.
ideal world, you want to see Chelsea PSG or Barcelona PSG because those are the big games. I think ideally I'd want to see Barca PSG. I think that's probably more. Maybe actually no, Chelsea. To be honest, Chelsea PSG or Barca PSG, whoever it is, will
Chelsea
be exciting.
PSG is traumatic for me.
And Chelsea and PSG have got history.
Let's not pretend Barca and PSG don't.
No, but for in the recent years, yes, but winding back 10, 15 years, 10 years more like, there was a period of about 5 years where Chelsea and PSG played each other about 3 or 4 times. I think.
Wind back 6 months, World Club
Yeah.
World Cup.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think if both teams got matched up, I think PSG would be the favourites. I think PSG would beat Chelsea over 2 legs, but you never know.
You do never know. So it could be Liverpool against Juve. We could see City and Real Madrid, like you guys mentioned, Arsenal versus maybe Atalanta. Atleti against Spurs.
That would be interesting.
Well, I'm struggling. I kind of agree with Nua. I'm not putting much past Atleti getting past Club Brugge.
Stoppable force against a movable object.
Yes, I completely agree. Mukami, as an Arsenal fan, are you partial to Dortmund or Atalanta? If you could pick.
Or Leverkusen.
Olympiacos. I'd like Olympiacos if I'm being honest. We already managed to get one over on them.
Yeah, we owe them. Damn.
League, so
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the game that Unai Emery got fired, huh? Nobody was
no,
that.
but no, even this year. in
Oh
the group
yes.
stages.
Yeah.
Can I say, I think the Man City Sporting game...
No.
No, they won't play.
I think Sporting can get a win. Why not?
They're not playing each
They're
other.
not playing.
They're not playing
They're
each
on
other.
opposite sides, like Chelsea and Barca.
Oh, okay.
So the Sporting will play
Either...
Either Arsenal.
no, Benfica or Real Madrid.
And then if they get through.
Yeah.
So.
Or
There's
Bodo
a path.
Glimt or Inter.
Yeah.
They'll bring up the bracket and you guys will see. It's
It is confusing if we don't.
it's honestly a bit
Yeah.
confusing. Lucrezia, in terms of the Italian teams,
Yeah, I
Atalanta and Dortmund, Juve, Galatasaray, Inter, Bodo Glimt, none of those are easy.
No.
Are you banking on one over the other?
I don't know, because Inter, even when they'll go play there, it's tough, you know? And then for Atalanta, I don't see them going really far. We saw them struggling recently. And for, I don't know, Juve Galatasaray sounds like a very interesting matchup. So I feel like maybe this will be the most interesting between these 3 that are left. So I want to see that one.
I think for Inter, like getting past Dortmund the way they did, maybe broke a wall. getting those 2 late goals and managing to keep a clean sheet. So maybe that's like a good stepping stone. But Juve drew against.
We'll see. Inter also has to manage the league and make sure they stay at the top, I would say. So maybe there will be something heavy for them to manage. I don't know. You know, when you have 3 competition now and have to play a lot of football, it's a bit different than Atalanta. Then it's not really going for the title or for anything.
I do see, though, Juve kind of getting into form at the right time, though. They've really switched on lately,
already
especially going
seem like
forward.
they are.
I mean, they look like they're clicking a lot more, so.
Kenan Yildiz against that Liverpool defence.
Sorry, you mean Jonathan David? He scored in like 3 consecutive matches. It is a very big day, though. Champions League draw. We are finding out who will be facing who. We do have the knockout phase set in stone, but we're waiting to find out in what side of the bracket they will be facing. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. But it's actually a big day here. Well, it's almost a big day here, Alex.
In Spain?
In the sporty community.
Ah, now I understand.
Thank you very much for switching my friend.
I was trying to be like, why could this possibly be, like, what for?
Yeah.
But yes, it is, tomorrow is our producer Ben's birthday.
That's what we were thinking about?
I don't think so.
Is that not what you're thinking about?
This whole show. What happened? Are we still? Did we lose us? Can you still hear me? Can I get it?
Well,
Parma versus Juventus.
this is the game you got this Sunday.
Live on 40 TV.
Okay, you guys can't hear us, I'm being told, but we just are having a bit of a technical issue. Sorry about that.
Are they not doing the draw for the thing too?
They are, but we still have. So the Europa League draw kicks off at 1. It's only 12:33, so we have a bit of time. And there is the table there.
So there'll be a second draw after the playoffs happen.
Wait, you guys told me that was happening today.
I thought that was happening today. My bad.
Who works in football?
Maybe not.
I have no idea.
Is that it? Are we done?
I'm not sure it's happening today.
That doesn't make sense.
Knockout.
That's such a waste of time, though.
Oh, it's done. I'm being told it's. Wait.
Yeah,
So when do we find?
I assume
After they play.
they wouldn't be doing interviews with sporting directors if the draw hadn't finished.
Okay, hold
But
on.
UEFA works in strange ways.
Well, that's why. Let me just double check. You guys speak about me yourselves.
What a waste of time. Why we have another draw?
So
We're back.
Hi. Welcome back.
I'm just trying to. Okay.
What is going on?
The draw for the last 16 will be held on February the 27th.
Sick of it.
In a month.
I'm sick of it.
So stick with us, guys. We'll be here for the next 550 hours.
Imagine the whole thing.
So that's it. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're here for a little bit. We can discuss it more, but I think you wanted to ask somebody to come to the set.
Yeah. Could producer Ben come on set, please? We need you to come on set. He's probably not even listening.
He's not listening, but the host just disappeared, so that should tell you something, Ben.
Yes. Someone tell producer Ben.
Someone say Noah Siddiqui's here.
Yeah. Someone tell producer Ben that there's a croissant and a baguette and a coffee waiting for him here.
I'm really going to need him to come. This is time sensitive.
Producer Ben.
Producer Ben!
Someone tell producer Ben to come on set.
Come on set, guys. Can you guys sing? Because I'm not going to.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Benji. Happy birthday to you, everyone.
Happy birthday, producer Ben! No, it's Basque cheesecake. Okay.
I mean,
Gotta
it's
go
French,
closer. Oh,
so-
look at that.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Do you have a mic on?
Some little bit. No, I do not.
It hasn't sunk. It's Basque cheesecake.
Very nice. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Happy birthday, producer Ben.
45 years old.
45. Incredible, honestly.
Half.
You sure
half
do.
the age of Clinton Cod.
Incredible. 2 shots at once.
Yeah, that's why when you said it, I was like, don't say that it was his birthday.
Why?
Because you were supposed to just ask him to come on set and then it was going to be a surprise.
Right.
Yeah. Did you see during the week that Jamie Carragher got a birthday gift and it was a dictionary and Micah then goes and say, what is it, a dictionary? And then Kate was like, you've ruined the surprise. I think that just happened here.
I saw like the first 2 seconds of that clip and I think I scrolled past it.
Well, I've just explained it to you. Anyways, happy birthday, producer Ben. All right, so we are finding out that Alex, when is the 25th of February?
27th.
27th of, oh, because it's a Friday, always a Friday.
I'm pretty sure that's what I just read here.
Yeah, I believe you because actually I always remember even back in the day with group stage of
Yeah.
Champions League, there's like 7 draws.
And that'll be the draw for the last 16 as well.
And then there's no more draws.
No, so yeah, it'll be quarterfinal, semi-final.
Yeah,
They'll do the
but
whole
there's
draw
always
then.
3. There's the group stage, the knockout. Yeah. Okay, so we are just finding out. So who wants to see who on what side? Barca, Barca, PSG, Chelsea, PSG is good. Liverpool, you want Galatasaray, Chantal? Juve, Atleti, Bruges, Atleti.
I've been saying that.
I need to get.
But if Bruges go through,
Then we take on Bruges.
okay.
But
You
if I
don't
had a
want Gala or Juve. You want the other side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Okay. Man City and Real Madrid, everyone?
Look at the.
No.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of that game.
It is actually becoming like kind of a norm. You're right, Kamahalo. I do kind of agree with you.
They played each other in the group stage, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Last
Oh, it
year
could
and
be
the year before
Benfica.
and the year
I'm
before,
so
like.
tired.
I like that attitude, Mikami.
Let me see the table.
It could be Man City Inter, and we could see that final of what, 3 or 4 years ago now. Run it back.
I don't understand this.
Yeah, I think City have a good path as well. Unless it's Real Madrid's form is the crux of everything. Benfica completely outplayed them. That's why I don't feel like even if it's over 2 legs, it's something that's that debatable. Because if Kylian Mbappe wasn't on that pitch, Real Madrid wouldn't have even gotten a goal.
It should have been more, to be honest, because Benfica were missing a lot of chances before Kylian Mbappe even gave them the.
It's one game, you guys. I think Real Madrid is gonna come back. I would
Is
say
it one
stronger.
game?
I would say with a more sense of revenge.
Says the Real Madrid fan.
No, well, yeah, because I know my team, and I know they're gonna come back thinking that this game is a must-win for them.
Like-
obviously,
Like they did with Arsenal.
Like they did with Arsenal, like they did with
Albacete.
City, like they did with Albacete.
like they did with Barcelona.
In the Super Cup final.
What did they do to Barcelona? You have 1 win in the last 6?
That's what-
Okay, keep your 1. We have the trophies.
Yeah. So all the big games this season, they've not
Because
turned
the
up.
problem is
But they
how
know that
they're
it's an
playing.
important game.
It's not just that they were outplayed by Benfica specifically.
But then,
it's that they're not playing good.
The problem with how they've been playing is that they've been inconsistent. And I think this game, yes, they've performed badly, but I think the next one we may get a really good performance. by
You've been
them.
saying that since 23-24. That's what, since Ancelotti, since they won the Champions League, that's what Real Madrid have said. Surely the next game that they'll come good. Surely they won't lose another game. Surely that this is the important game where they'll turn up and everything will turn right. But they beat the small teams, apart from Albacete. They beat the small teams and the minnows in La Liga. But when it comes up to actually playing important football, they don't turn up.
And we know Mourinho Cup football. There's something about Mourinho, the Champions
Psychological.
League, with Porto, and he knows what needs to be done. And that moment with Benfica just showed, it's that air of, the football gods are on your side.
I do think, though, in terms of 2 legs, it does favor Real Madrid, obviously. But Jose Mourinho is a major factor in this. And knowing that, and Benfica, there's 2 sides. Nua, like you're saying, Real want revenge, but Benfica also now know they can beat Real Madrid. So it's a matter of, balancing that.
And they play at home first. So if Benfica get something to take to Madrid, then we know Jose Mourinho parked the bus. He's excellent at that. So they just
Vintage.
need to get that result in Benfica, then they have something to fight for at the Bernabeu.
See, I don't believe in this whole narrative that Benfica is going to win just because of how the match actually went. Yes, it was horrible performance by Real Madrid. We could see that everyone was kind of, I saw the tweet that Rodrigo tweeted. I saw how Raúl Asensio reacted. And knowing that we are going to be missing 2 elements of that team, Rodrigo and Raul Asensio, in the next match, it does put them in a mindset where they need to win this. Because
but again, they've had that mindset for the whole season.
But it's
they
not
haven't
this.
won the big games.
I don't think so.
Where was that mindset against City? Where was that mindset against Arsenal? Where was that
Liverpool.
mindset?
But now it's becoming more and more dangerous for them. So it's like
it wasn't dangerous or important back then. When they're in the
not as
quarterfinals
much
of the
as
Champions
now.
League against Arsenal, they thought, no, that's not that dangerous.
not as much as now, Alex.
So you're saying a playoff tie against
I think they're starting to realize more and more, and you can see it since Alvaro has joined the team. You can see that they are starting to realize what's on stake. Obviously, the last game didn't really prove anything, but you could see that it's a step-by-step, baby-step kind of.
But they didn't know what's at stake, and they don't realise how bad they are.
Yeah, and the last game is the reason that they're in this position of having to play a playoff match. If they were serious about it, because they were third, they were through in the top 8, and that last game is the reason that they're having to play Benfica again.
They turned up against Benfica thinking, this will be a walk in the park, we'll get a win, doesn't matter, we're top 8 guaranteed.
Yeah, they were unserious about it. I totally agree. I think they were unserious about playing that game to begin with. I don't think they'll be unserious playing the next game against Benfica.
What about all the massive games that they've lost over the last 18 months?
I mean,
Are they suddenly going
yeah, but you know what happened with that. Obviously, we had managers changes. We know what's going on behind the scenes. It's a lot of things to take into consideration, and I feel like I do believe that Real Madrid will win to Benfica in the next match day.
I think there's a good chance they can, but I also agree that there's nothing that gives me any hope that they've learned anything.
Any sign of improvement. The squad is happier because they're not being told to watch videos to prepare for the games and do tactics work. Arbeloa is turning up at 7 o'clock to do that every day. They can just.
And he's also taking the heat in every press conference. Exactly. Everything is my fault. Everything is my fault. Everything is my fault.
The players are just they're having a nice life. Oof. They can turn up if they don't play well. Arbeloa takes the heat. They turn over a new day.
Yeah.
They'll probably win, but it won't be easy. I mean, Arbeloa has come in and they've gotten some positive results, but the teams that they've beaten, they haven't been playing particularly.
Yeah, sorry, I think we need to go off that though, because Monaco were
Villarreal were okay, we're not good.
We're horrific. We're absolutely horrific.
Levante, the game against Levante.
Marseille didn't capitalize on their chances, and
no, but just in terms of the matches that Alvaro Arbeloa has been, it's been 5. So he loses in the Copa del Rey, and then he wins against Levante, Monaco, and Villarreal. Monaco, we were here. That was horrible. That was ridiculous. Levante are one of the worst teams in La Liga, and Villarreal. They did okay, but Villarreal didn't capitalize on their chances. They had so many opportunities. Gerard Moreno, Dani Parejo, and they couldn't do anything. I'm just saying that I don't think the wins that they've gotten under Arbeloa are even convincing or something to run with. Do you know what I mean? Because they've been not convincing.
I mean, yeah, obviously the next transfer window, I'm not talking about this one, the one in the summer, and I've heard that Real Madrid is kind of considering doing a big, massive change during that window, and they should. I feel like the defense is not
But isn't that Alex's point? Now you're focusing on the next window. We got to focus on
what can we do with what we have? It's like first of all.
What do you mean? What can you do with what you have? You've got the best players in the world.
We don't. Not in the defense.
Not in Mbappe and Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, Mbappe. But Mbappe has been scoring the goals. Vinny has been doing the assists. That's clearly not the problem.
Chelsea, the defense.
We have the best goalkeeper in the world.
Chelsea don't have a good goalkeeper. They don't have a good defence. They've got a few good midfielders.
I think Chelsea's defence is better than Real Madrid's defence.
Okay, but Real Madrid's midfield. Maybe Chelsea's is better midfield, but Real Madrid going forward are more than capable of beating anyone. Chelsea, they finished in the top 8 of the Champions League.
I think the point is that, yes, they have defensive concerns, but with the other players that they have in the other positions, they should still be able to scrape together more than what they're doing now. I'm not saying go and win the whole thing, because defense is clearly a problem for Real Madrid and all of their injury concerns, but they shouldn't be playing this bad. I think that's the problem with the players that they have, because it's not even you can say they're second in La Liga, they'll probably get through into the next round of the Champions League, but the way they're playing football is
Yeah, the
lackluster.
midfield.
There's no connection.
Has not been playing well.
Yeah.
They've been rotating so many positions. We don't know where Jude Bellingham fits in this new structure. Legaue has been really poor. Chouameni, sometimes he has a good game. There's no link up between the defense and the midfield and the midfield and the attack. So it's like the defense is having to fight for themselves and then the attacker having to fight for themselves. So that's the main problem, and that's where games are won or lost.
All right.
But
Oh,
can I just
no,
say?
of course, yep.
But Benfica, I mean, you know, of course I love Jose Mourinho and I love watching Benfica and everything they've been doing since he came into the team. But they are 10 points behind the leader.
Oh, they're horrible. But they beat Real Madrid. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but then they've beaten Real Madrid on a really, I would say, impressive last-minute moment. You know, it's
be
not
fair,
like
though, if you
they.
watch-
No, that
Still
was
beating
4-2.
Real Madrid without-
They should have beaten Real.
4 goals.
And, sorry, it could have been 6.
They battered Real Madrid.
They outplayed Real Madrid door to door.
And they were going to win even if it wasn't for the last minute.
Yeah, they were still up. Yeah, completely correct. Like, I think that's the point. Benfica, and we spoke about it on the watch along, they've been so poor this season. They didn't even know that they needed that first, I think we said this.
Yeah.
They didn't know they needed the 4th goal. They found out in the final moments. That's why the keeper was chesting it. He was messing around, and then they realized we need one more. They're a team in shambles right now, too. Yet they still beat Madrid. I think that's the whole point.
Convincingly.
Yeah, like outplayed to the point where the Madrid players lost their minds, and we saw the way Rodrigo and Asensio were acting. That was a loss of head, you know?
I think that shows how in shambles the dressing room is in
But that's what
general.
we're saying.
No, and I feel like that's the problem, and that's something they should definitely, I don't know, talk about, go to therapy about as a group. But they better show up during this next game.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
The therapist will say that you need to sign a new defender. Or 4 new defenders.
Oh, my goodness. All right, well, enough of the Champions League. We got about 10 minutes here. Let's look ahead to the weekend. And my 2 Arsenal friends. Leeds against Arsenal. Now, as much as this might not be the most exciting affair in the Premier League, this weekend, it is important, is it not? After the gap closed a little, just a little.
No, I think they need to make a statement, this team, because, you know, the draw against Forest and then the loss against United and the team not showing the hunger. That's what was lacking with Arsenal. So I feel like they must have taken in a bit of that criticism. I like what, you know, Martin Odegaard was saying after the match, like, we're trying to come together as a team, and they now need to prove that in the game this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm always saying February is coming.
I was going to say, Mukami, it's this
So
weekend.
they need to win this last game in January to give them the buffer of the chaos that happens in February.
Kamahala, do you share that same sentiment? It's 4 points, obviously, but if Arsenal fail to win, that gap closes, and Mukami has been saying time and time again, February is difficult, notoriously, for Arsenal.
Yeah. No, I've been tremendously disappointed with the results against Liverpool, against Forest, and against United. I think it's been a while since we've set the pace, like, as far as the Premier League is concerned. So I think the players are just coming to grips, or at least from my perspective, are just coming to grips with the urgency you need in a situation like this, you know, where you need to, like, be clinical as far as, like, extending the lead when you have the opportunity to, you know. Over the last few seasons, we've been chasing for the most part, you know. It's been a while since we've been top at this particular moment, so
I think that's one of the main issues, is dealing with the pressure of being league leaders.
Yes,
This
no,
group doesn't know how to deal with that.
I agree. No, but it's not, we're not, like, in a catastrophic moment. We just need to, like, get it together, so to speak.
It's almost like Arsenal's worst enemy, though, is themselves.
Definitely, no, that is 100% correct, because the teams that we're coming up against are not as good as the teams that have won the Premier League before, like City are the worst they've been in a while. Well, not as worse as last season, but, you know, generally speaking, when they've won the league, Liverpool also bad. Like, this is the perfect opportunity, and we just need to be mentally strong and just. I'm not even concerned about the performances, to be honest. As long as we win the games, like, let's do that.
Win ugly, but win.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
Something you just said, though, Kamahala, and I think this is something that a lot of people have been saying, and it's stuck with me, is City have been the worst they've been in a while. and they're right behind you guys. And that's what's concerning, because if the team switches on, and we said this was maybe going to happen closer to the beginning of December, and then they didn't get those points that they could have to close that gap even further. But is that not concerning, talking about that team, saying that they're in the worst shape they've been in what feels like years, and they are in second, and they are 4 points behind you?
I don't necessarily think so. I think City have not been good the whole season. Every time they've had the chance to catch Arsenal, they haven't been able to do it. So I'm not really concerned. Like you said, I think the thing that's stopping Arsenal is Arsenal. You know, we're our own biggest enemies. City are not a good football team. I think they beat Wolves, but outside of that, they're generally inconsistent. Like, their midfield that is not the best.
Do you know who's actually catching up to you guys? Aston Villa.
Well, them and City are both tied.
Yeah.
But like, you can say that about everybody. Like, I mean, Real Madrid is 1 point behind Barca, but Barca are by far a much better team than Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see City and look at them as a threat. And neither do Arsenal. I do think Arsenal are their own biggest enemies, and if we don't.
And I do feel if we switch on the attack, because you're saying City haven't gotten to that level, but if Arsenal get to their level when it comes to attack,
Can they, though, with the players that they have?
We've done it this season.
And also, you look at the performances in the Champions League, and it's there. There's something that's definitely there. Martinelli's scoring, Gyökeres is scoring, Havertz came in and fit like a glove. The way we beat Inter Milan was so confident. They just need to transfer that to the league. And once it switches on, then we'll be out there.
Like, the thing about City is that City concede a lot of goals, and there's never been a spell this season where they have not conceded goals, you know what I mean? So they need to stop that, and I don't think that's going to happen.
But they're still conceding, and they're just behind you.
Yeah, it's like the same thing for you guys.
There've been parts of the season where we've won 4, where we've won like 5.
But this is
like, that's the thing.
Like, team in years, you guys should have had a wide
against big teams in the league. What do you mean against who?
Yeah, like who?
Couldn't even beat Liverpool, and this is our crisis season.
But you guys...
You lost to Liverpool, you drew with City, you lost to United, you drew with Chelsea.
No, City also lost to United, so I think that like.
No, but we're not talking about.
But this is the best Arsenal in years.
But that's what I'm saying. But we're talking about.
But our defense
drawn with City.
Our defense is spectacular.
Lost to United.
Our defense.
But they're top of the table.
But
so the Arsenal side is still top of the table.
But you haven't beaten 5 of the top 6.
I think the most
You've only
important
beaten Spurs, and Spurs are
We've
rubbish.
beaten United
This season in the league.
Yes,
we have.
The first game 2-1, and it was Man United outplayed them, but they got the result. I completely remember this match.
They drew with Manchester
City. That's one win.
No, it doesn't matter. It's where we are on the table, and this is the most important thing. Because Arsenal, it is a lot of pressure to win your first league title since 2004, 2005. You know, when Jose Mourinho won the title with Chelsea, they played the worst football imaginable, ever. It was like 1-0 victories, 13 or 15 games in that season. So Arsenal are doing better than that. Our defense is solid. And once they click, my whole point is Saka is someone we know who can perform. And he's
Has
been...
he performed this season?
He's the reason all those own goals are Saka.
You're saying Arsenal are better than this Chelsea team. Chelsea conceded 14 goals in that season. Arsenal have already conceded more than 14 goals, and we're not even in February.
Sir, I like Saka, but not
Saka's not been that good this season. He's been average.
No, he's
But that's the thing, when he switches on. But
when he switched on, he hasn't been switched on the whole season.
But that's the whole point. Even by the standards that
when
you're
we
saying,
score goals, when he switches on,
the table.
It's been 7 months in the season, and he hasn't switched on.
Alex, we're 4 points clear of the top of this table.
And you could have been about 11 points clear had you won all of those games, but no.
Well, Chelsea could have been top of the table if they won all of them. What are you talking about?
Chelsea, we're talking about Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal.
Deflect.
When they can't deal with the facts, they deflect. Oh, Chelsea,
I will say.
What are the facts, Alex? What are the facts?
You could have been so
Arsenal
far clear.
are top of the table.
You could have been so much further clear, but no, you drew with Forest. You lost.
But are we clear?
Yes, you're 4 points.
That's okay.
That's a big enough lead.
4 points wins the league. 4 points clear wins the league.
Well done for winning the league in January.
I was telling you guys that this is the this is the most points we've accumulated after 23 matches since that 22-23 season.
Someone get.
And what happened? And again, what happened that season?
No, but this
Well, no, what
shows-
happened? No.
this
Just
shows
answer the question. One
that this
simple answer. What happened that
consistency-
season?
No, we obviously lost.
Okay, that's all.
The league.
And where did you finish?
But that was that you have to contextualize.
I think McCommy's
team-
making a better point here than you. I don't
No,
know.
this show, consistency. We've been the most consistent team in
And
the
finishing
league
second, yeah.
out of everybody for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
Finish
It's-
second every year.
Consistency has to
It's
yield
trophy.
results
Yeah.
at some
Trophy.
stage. You know what I mean?
I don't know if that's a good
We're probably
argument,
going to win the league this
though.
season, and then we're going to sit here in a few months and be like, this is the worst league that Arsenal's ever won.
I feel like the Leeds
bro,
game
like,
is
come
going
on,
to be a
man, like-
very important test.
That was
That's
my
what
point.
I'm,
That was my
I'm,
point.
I'm thinking that it's
We've
going to be a
beaten-
good
we've-
test. I love how Kai Havertz came on and switched on. The biggest problem people have been saying with Youber is he's not getting the support, he's not getting the assists.
Goals?
And we saw that he's like scored more
many?
goals than, Garnacho. So
That's not the point.
That shouldn't be the level.
top of the league.
That shouldn't be the level.
Guys-
Igor
Having a
Thiago
striker
should
that
be
used
the
to
level.
have how much?
16
Hold on.
Premier League
Guys,
goals for your
And
Brentford
you're going,
striker.
yes, he scored more than Garnacho, guys.
We've beaten
Well
Spurs
done.
4-1.
All right, let's go. Let's go home.
Amazing.
Let's go home. I don't want to fight.
4-1. We've beaten Leeds 5-0. We've
Well
beaten Aston
done.
Villa 4-1.
Well
We've
done.
scored goals, guys.
Amazing stuff.
We've scored
it's the
goals. It's crazy.
consistency
Like,
that-
come on, man.
Gyökeres can't score for love nor money. Well done. He scored more than Garnacho.
He
Go collect
literally
your
scored
trophy.
in the week. I don't know what you're talking
amazing.
about.
Amazing.
He scored against
Amazing.
Chelsea.
What?
Actually,
Six goals
actually,
against Chelsea.
Youber scored against
He's
Chelsea.
All right, guys. All right, stop
His
fighting.
best
Save
game
it
was
for
against
save it for
Chelsea,
Monday.
actually.
Save it for Monday.
Against Chelsea.
Go and collect the trophy.
For Monday.
Let's get to
Because
the
Arsenal and Leeds will be on Sporty TV this weekend, and I see what's happening here. So on Monday, we'll be back, and it's either going to be maybe 4 points, maybe 7, but also maybe 1. Let's see what happens this weekend. Guys, it's been a pleasure covering all the European football with you this week. We're back again on Monday, but we do have sporty news coming up later today, as well as the Saudi Pro League and the City B. So don't miss any of it on Sporty TV. Let's see what this weekend brings us, guys. But we'll be back again on Monday. Until then, as always, enjoy the football. Gyökeres.
If you shed